Today's been quite an interesting day for me. It's been quite a challenging day, it's been quite an exciting day and a difficult day in different ways. And it's been a day of three parts. And you know, the funny thing about life is that if you're not careful, it can completely pass you by. You can completely miss it. You can completely miss the magic of all those everyday things. So today started off very well. I was being very progressive with some work that I was doing on a new website that I'm putting together. Then all of a sudden, by 10 AM, I was feeling really awful. I had to go straight to bed. There was no energy. I didn't know what was going on. I felt I had a really bad stomachache. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, and so on. It just kind of wiped you out. And of course, we usually in life we're so used to I need to do this, that. So that was quite interesting. So I just had to stop. I had to cancel some appointments. I can count on one hand the number of times I've had to postpone, reschedule client appointments in all the best part of 10 years that I've been a coach. So that was quite kind of strange, but I just realised, okay, Rasheed, you need to stop, you need to postpone things and so on. And so I was in bed, laid up in bed for several hours from 12 until 4, completely out of it. I hadn't had anything to eat, which is very rare for me, and I just about managed to have about 2 cups of water and so on. I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. And it was quite interesting, so I was out of it. And then suddenly, a little bit later, around 4 o'clock, I had a little bit more energy, and I managed to get up and to send a couple of things. Something the publisher had asked me to send them and so on. So I sent them that, and then I realised I had a little bit of energy, so I took myself out for a walk. And funny enough, I was out on a walk and I bumped into somebody I coached many years ago, about 5 years ago. And she was telling me how her life had completely changed since we had those coaching sessions. And she was telling me a little bit about how she always wanted to be a makeup artist. In fact, she was, but she was working a lot of the time in a shop. And this lovely girl, I'm not sure if she completely believed that she could do it. She'd had all sorts of good feedback and so on, but she was still working in the shop and doing things piecemeal. And I'd invited her back then. She reminded me to just have that clear vision of where she wanted to be and what she wanted to do, and just to do that, to follow her heart. And so it was amazing to hear from her that that's what now she was doing, and she was saying that now her time was spent doing makeup for TV and for film that she had always wanted to do, and doing some teaching and so on, which was really amazing. And she'd been given an award, award for Best Makeup Artist, and that was beautiful. It was just beautiful to hear when somebody's just following their heart. Success is dependent on so many factors, but fulfillment isn't dependent on any apart from you just being present. And what I really wanted to talk about here was just the importance of just appreciating every droplet of life, and that means starting with you and appreciating that you're actually physically here alive. You're here, you're present. If you happen to have health, don't take it for granted. Today brought that back to mind. I've had a few things that have brought that very much to mind, and it's quite interesting for me. It happened at a time where I was just making some tweaks to my diet to improve it, so it's quite interesting that life came along and reminded me about the importance of that, but the importance of just appreciating each moment. And so when I was taking this walk, I was just looking at the flowers, looking at the trees, just an ordinary kind of urban street, but just looking up at the skies, just looking at the brickwork, just smiling, just taking my time, taking it easy, and that's so beautiful. So that's always available. And sometimes when we get so frustrated that things aren't happening, or things are happening too slowly, or nothing's going our way, we're completely missing that everyday magic. Because life is actually about that everyday magic, and fulfillment is all about that everyday magic. So I'm very glad to be here, and I'm very glad to have been reminded of the importance of appreciating everything that it is you have, which is why I was very keen to grab the camera straight away, because even doing this work you can sometimes forget the importance of that. The beautiful thing though about doing this work is that you're reminded constantly through your work and through meeting people to invite them to live life by heart and to embrace it, and to remind yourself of those things as well. So yeah, enjoy it, have that walk, enjoy being you, appreciate everybody who is in your life, and all the ups and downs of life, because life does have its ups and downs. And that's part of its beauty. It's difficult also, but it's part of its beauty. There's different seasons and the different times, and the rain, the snow, the sun, the wind, and the ups and the downs, the disappointments and the triumphs. They all play their part in helping us just to appreciate and be compassionate toward ourselves and to life. So enjoy every moment. Take care.